going on, everybody? This is going to be a live trading video. I essentially just recorded my screens. I had my mic running throughout the day on June 1st, which was last Thursday by the time you're watching this video. And you're going to be able to see where I entered, why I entered. You're going to be able to see my analysis, my plan, my thoughts as I'm in the trade, as I'm out of the trade, what I did right, what I did wrong. I know a lot of you get value out of these live trading videos. So I'm confident it's going to help you all understand how I trade and what needs to get done, the patience necessary, and the risk management, how important it is. Why that's important is I started the day with a losing trade. It was a little over $1,200. And then I took a winning trade later on in the day. And why risk management is so important is because if you let your winners take care of your losers, you're going to end the day profitable. So it's interesting for you to see me get out of a hole with a losing trade and then come back and take a really nice setup following my predetermined plan. A couple questions I know you guys are going to have before we begin is I post pre-market plans every single day in my Discord for Invest the Trade course members only. I post my plans, scenarios, levels, and commentary throughout the day updating my thought process. Another thing you're going to see on my screens is a depth of market, which essentially shows me bid versus ask data along with total volume, and it shows me level 2 data combined with recent ask and recent bid trades, which you can look at as kind of like a time and sales. That is also how I execute all my trades and how I get in and out. And also, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'll go through the comments. And if you appreciate these types of videos, you learn something out of it, all I ask for you to do is subscribe to my channel and drop a like on this video, and I will continue to make more videos like it. But now let's get right back into last Thursday's action. A couple things I want to go over before the market opens is the plan on the S&P 500. Pull up a 30-minute chart. And what we're going to see here is yesterday the market was very balanced. There was no clear direction. We sold off, then we rallied, and we really pretty much closed right where we opened at. It was a flat day, and because of that, there's not going to be any new supply or demand zones. There's no new imbalances. It's basically just a wash of a day. Now, the day yesterday, we had a downside target of 4180. This level today is not very important to me. However, it's the only level that I have on my charts, which yesterday got respected pretty well, that I'm going to keep on just in case the market sells off. I don't want to miss a sell-off targeting demand just because I don't have this level on my charts. To the upside, I have a 4210 level. This coincides with a pre-market high. This coincides with an area of very low volume that if we could get above this, the market should have open doors to rally into the next resistance level, the next supply level, or the next area of selling that I found on the tape. Now, the next area of selling which I found on the tape happened on May 30th, which was Tuesday, where we saw very aggressive selling at 4224 to 4232. Now I base my analysis off these levels. I'm going to keep 4210 on my chart, and I'm going to keep 4170 to 4150, which is this very large green demand zone. This formed back on, I want to say Friday of that very large rally. So my bullish plan today is if we could get above 4210, I want to scalp longs targeting 4224 to 4232. My bearish plan, which I'm not so convinced with this 4180 level, however, I'm going to go over another piece of confirmation. But if we break below this 4180 level, then I want to scalp short targeting 4170 demand all the way down to 4150, and it's my job to gauge what happens inside of this green box. This could be a very good long opportunity. This is going to be a good opportunity that if I do get short beforehand, I want to gauge the tape and get an area inside this where I could scale out and protect profits if I do take the market short beforehand. Now, to add on top of this, I think the 4180 level on the S&P could be a high quality one if the NASDAQ fails to hold this 14255 demand zone. It's bounced the market yesterday. It's also bounced the market overnight. We also are putting in higher lows, and we also are putting in lower lows. NASDAQ has been a relatively stronger name, meaning when the S&P 500 has not rallied so much, the NASDAQ has been relatively stronger and has rallied higher than the S&P. Now, in the overnight session, something has changed. The NASDAQ is a little weaker compared to the S&P 500, which we normally have been seeing. So, because of this, if the NASDAQ does in fact break below this 14255 demand, it's bounced price multiple times. If the reaction is different, we're going to get a different result. Then I expect the bearish plan, where opportunity to play the market short on the NASDAQ will be a nice one. But also for those who specifically trade the S&P, this might offer a very nice opportunity to scalp it short if the NASDAQ gives up its support level as well. So it's very important to have levels and then gauge what the market does at your levels of interest. I'm going to keep my screens recording throughout the morning, and I will let you guys know if I take a trade and my thoughts as I'm in that trade. So the selling is very heavy. We could see very aggressive selling. If you pull up even Bookmap, we could see all the aggressive selling coming into the market as we start moving lower. This is a very good sign because selling is heavy, but this does not mean to chase a move from a straight move down from the open about 13 points lower. So I want to see a pullback up. You see how stronger NASDAQ is right now? And we've moved about 13 points off from the highs without a rally up, without a relief bounce. I need to get in on a relief bounce. I cannot chase this downside move, especially when the weakness is not there. Apple is holding that 177 level. So here's a little relief. This is exactly what I want to see right at my 4180 level. This is exactly what I want to see. I need to see relief. I need to see consolidation. I cannot just get in because we move straight down. I would like to see this rally now fail, and then it's going to provide a nice opportunity. PMI flash in a minute. So you can tell the book has thinned out, and that's normal for when news gets released. All right, I'm short here. 4182, taking a stab at this. The action is very, very weak in my eyes. Sellers keep hitting the market. We're at the lower portion of the range. NASDAQ is holding this support. If NASDAQ cracks it, this sell-off below 4180 is going to be very, very strong. I'm going to put my stop loss above this 4186 level. So I'm risking about 4 points to make 12. 3-1. Now we just need this to crack. Bookmap shows that aggressive selling. We get that relief up. All these buyers might be trapped now. If the market puts aggression to them, that's just going to cause a further sell-off because these guys have to stop out. So I'm now looking for selling aggression to step in. Fast orders hitting the bid with large size. If we can get that below 4180, the setup is going to work out very, very well. So here's that break below 4180. Now my job is to observe what the market does at this level. If we spot buying pressure down here, then I'm going to get out of this short position. Definitely need the weakness to hit the NASDAQ. The NASDAQ is now being stronger. So now my eyes are on the tape. I am watching to see if buying steps into the market. Right now we're below that 4180 level and there's heavy aggressive selling. So if buying now steps in, my short is not favorable in my eyes because of all the selling below my level, yet there's no continuation. But market can't go straight down. There's going to be moves up. There's going to be consolidation. You got to let it play out. But there's nothing on the tape indicating at this moment that this sell-off is going to fail. I'm not a huge fan at this moment of all this selling into the low, yet the market cannot move any lower. So we need that to change, and we need the market to move lower. So here's that aggressive selling. We need the pressure to continue now. So even though we see all this selling at the low, yet the market's not selling off, it's not a red flag yet because the market's having a hard time moving up. So I have no reason to worry in this short position. I'm still up 3 points. Very close to stopping myself out. A rebid above 4187, I'm out of this thing. And I'll gladly take a 5-point loss. All right, I'm out of this thing. 4187, 5-point loss. Okay, looking back on my short entry directly at 4180. My entry, I would not say was bad. What I will say was bad was I was not reacting to that move up and the lack of follow through to the downside. When I entered was a very, very good entry. However, when we broke below 4180 and reviewing this chart now after the fact, the lack of downside follow through indicated that the downside short has a lower odd of working out. We see all this aggressive selling come into 4180 low, 4178. There's tons of selling hitting the market, yet the market is not moving lower. What I did incorrectly was I should have recognized this and took profits off when I had it. And if we kept selling off, I could have just re-entered that setup. However, losing 5 points is not a major deal. What is a major deal was this could have provided a very good opportunity to get long at these lows. The better setup would have been reverse my short, get long, and I would have been able to ride a nice rally up just by spotting how weak those sellers were and how strong those passive buyers were holding the market up, basically like a floor or a level of support directly at my 4180 target. Now the market rallied off this level, and having FOMO for not reversing my position and taking it long at this low, because Apple did bounce off 177 and the NASDAQ bounced off this demand zone, right? Everything looks good always after the fact. Now what I'm watching for is this 4210 level to break aggressively. So you saw how we did not break aggressively below 4180. If the same thing happens here and I get long beforehand, then I'm going to use the action that I just took from 4180 to manage this trade correctly at 4210. So I am watching a strong break above 4210 to play the market long, targeting this 4224, 4232 level of supply. I will update you guys when the market moves next and I make an entry. I'm viewing this consolidation right here as a very bullish sign. There is aggressive selling, holding up near here the highs, which is bullish. We are only 5 points away from my level. If aggressive buying comes in, I have no problem getting in early, anticipating that we will break 4210. And then depending on the reaction up there is what I will do to manage the trade accordingly. But I am liking this consolidation and how well it's holding. I'm long 4207, but I'm long anticipating that we break out above 4210 and the aggression needs to continue above 4210. I like how aggressive and how low this volume is on the consolidation and how well it's holding only 5 points away from 4210 level. So now my job is to gauge what happens at 4210. You have tons of buying into this level. Very, very strong buying into this level. Very strong buying. Similar to what we saw before, we don't want to see this strong buying, but no follow through. We want to see strong buying have continuation. Earlier, we saw strong selling, but no continuation. But this is very, very strong buying through this level. 488, 444, and the buying is continuing now. My target for this trade is 4222 to 4232. It's not going to go straight up forever. I have a very good entry that I'm comfortable holding this position. There will be pullbacks. There will be consolidation. But this breakout is very, very strong. See, we're holding on that pullback, which is a very good sign. Now we need to break these highs. There's not much resistance from where we're at right now at 4212 into this 4224 level. There's not much resistance. There's not much supply. It's almost like there's open doors that if the buying is continued to be strong like we're seeing right now, we should see a very nice rally up into 4224. So you see how this is different from earlier? Earlier we broke below our key level and was failing. Here we're breaking above the key level. We're holding. Aggression is still into the market. The action feels different and is reacting different to the key level. There is not much resistance. There's not much supply above now. Here's another high at daybreak. You want to see the aggression continue. We got a 336 lot offer at 4215. I don't really look at passive orders much, but VIX very strong. Apple very strong. Tesla's about to turn green on the day. See, now there's strong buying at these highs. So you want to see the market move away from this very fast. You want to see a fast tape away from this. You don't want to see this level fail, then come below, and it acts as resistance. You do not want to see that. If I see that, I'm going to exit this position early. New high a day, 4217. Lots of trades hitting the offer. All I want is 5 more points in 4224. If we can get a strong push up into that, I'll be very, very happy. Very, very good sign to be a bull. Here's another high a day test. Just a slow grind up. Aggressive buying hitting the market. Pullbacks are hitting with aggressive selling, but that aggressive selling is getting absorbed. Here's another high a day break. It's just a slow grind up, breaking highs. The only problem with grinds up like this is it's almost like taking the stairs higher and the elevator down. So when there is a pullback, it loses a lot of those gains. So I'm being very, very cautious right now. But all I want is one more quick push up. Here's 4220. This 400 lot seller is trying to get hit. 207 lots. I just took 3 contracts off up here at 4219. I just sold 75% of my position up here near the highs, 4218. I'm protecting myself. I have a few contracts open in case we want to rally an extra 2 to 4 points into my target. Some of my position is still open. However, I closed some to lock it in. I don't like the slow grind up. I am selling into strength, which is what I like doing in positions like this. I still have a couple open in case we want to rally higher. If anybody else is in a position like this, you have to scale out, in my opinion, just like I did, to protect yourself. You don't want to give up on a 13-point profit when a sell-off in a 1-minute candle could give up 10 points of those 13-point gain that you have. Here's another high a day test. Anybody buying this breakout, in my opinion, chasing up here near these highs, is asking for a losing trade to get reversed on if you're buying a breakout on the highs like this. Yeah, I mean, there's still tons of aggressive buying hitting the market. Here's a new high. Here's the 24 target. I'm all out of this trade. 4222 right after 4224 hit. All out of this trade. This thing could keep ripping up. I just do not like this slow grind up. A pullback definitely is imminent, and I don't feel like sitting in a pullback and giving up some gains. I went down from minus 25 points to up 40 points on the day. That's a 65-point swing. This thing could keep running, and honestly, it's very, very bullish. But I had a plan. My target hits. I scaled out before my first target just because of the conditions, and we can keep going up, but I'm not going to look at how much I could have made or how much I should have made if I kept holding. I sold when my target hits, and I never regret my plan. I'm focused on the present moment. There's 1,200 lots, which are actually hitting the bid near the highs up here, and the selling continues. Never look at the future and say how much more you could have made if you kept holding and you didn't sell. That'll just affect your thoughts and affect your decisions for the next couple trades. This is a perfect example to remain patient, and if you take a losing trade, do not put your head down. Instead, focus on another good opportunity.